Minneapolis residents and visitors have always recognized the beauty of the natural resources, the land and the water, and the importance of preserving them for the public. This over 130-year-old park system is a result of decades of planning, creating a magnificent, complex system of park land and water that showcases, supports, and connects the city together. With almost 22 million visits each year, it's clearly a beloved, well-used system, and with that comes wear. Years of underfunding had left our neighborhood parks, which are smaller, primarily funded by local tax dollars, and predominantly serve nearby residents, in desperate need of repair. However, the future is brighter than ever after the Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board partnered with the City of Minneapolis to work out a landmark, historic agreement this spring with strong public support. The 20-year Neighborhood Park Plan guarantees an additional $11 million in annual funding to catch up on critical maintenance, rehabilitation, and investments at neighborhood parks for the next 20 years. The Neighborhood Park Plan and the criteria-based rating system ordinances work together to fund and determine when capital projects will be completed in each park. Included in the formula are specific racial and economic equity measures, so each park user in our city has equitable access and can enjoy our world-class parks.
What you see outside and what you see in our gyms, when it's active, it's really special. And really, once you see that, that makes you feel proud of who you work for, what you're doing, and the impact you can make on these kids and their families all together.
Connections forged over decades throughout our park system is part of what makes the city great. The public owns more than 70 miles of waterfront that is parkland, much of that lined with trails, and is part of the Grand Rounds National Scenic Byway. Minneapolis has an amazing trail network with safe spaces for pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorists. Whatever your preferred mode of transportation, you can get to virtually any park safely while enjoying beautiful scenery.
The Mississippi River is particularly special to Minnesotans because it originates here. It's one of the few places where you can go a little ways to the north and see it as a tiny brook, but by the time you get to the Twin Cities, it's already a mighty river. It has so much dramatic landscape. It changes the state tremendously as you move through it. And there's a huge opportunity to redefine the whole city's relationship with the river.
So the Park Police Department and the Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board believes that safety is an essential component of successful parks. Having safe parks is the result of relationships between law enforcement and especially our recreation field staff.
We do the work where we engage with youth, we give them resources.
And the great part about it is in many of these rec centers, some of that youth programming for the youth line is all they have. Some of these kids that come after school right away and they're there from about 3 to 9 p.m.
And we give them alternative to negative behavior by offering them programs in our park.
We are honored to work for such an amazing park system that is passionately cared for by its users. And I truly believe this is the best system of parks in the world.